When you come to our office at Florida Hospital Tampa, many of you will be required or being told that they will need to lose weight prior to their operation. Some operations require certain BMI, while others, we would prefer that you lose weight in order to have better wound healing. Weight loss program is very important to us in this practice, and we will spend a lot of time keep bringing you back to our practice until you get to the right weight. When you come to our office, and even before, you will receive a copy of our diet. I would like you to review that prior to your visit to the office. Once you go through the diet, try to identify the things that you currently eat and what you shouldn't be eating. In general, the diet is not about maintaining your weight or losing gradually and slowly your weight, but instead you want a real quick weight loss prior to your operation. In other words, there'll be a different diet for you to follow after your operation where you can cheat a little bit or eat in moderation. Right now, after you come to see us, we would require you to follow a diet that will allow you to lose weight quickly. In general, this diet includes cutting all the fat from your diet and decreasing the carbohydrates. You will start to look at everything you eat. You look at the back for the nutritional value of every item that you eat. What's the total fat, how many grams of protein, fibers, etc. So it will be very important that you inform yourself prior to coming to your visit with us, and then we'll be able to ask some questions. In general, the things that we would tell you not to eat if you have significant weight loss that is required prior to surgery would be no cookies, no cakes, no ice cream, no chocolate, no red meat, no steak, no hot dogs, no hamburgers, no pig products, no bacon, no ham, no ribs. So what can you have? Chicken, turkey, and fish. It's the only thing that we would want you to eat if it's baked, if it's grilled, but nothing fried. If you want to saute something, you have to use the PAM spray, which is fat-free. You want to remove the fat from your kitchen, which means no oil, no butter, no margarine. None of those should be included in your diet. If you specifically, what can you have, let's say from vegetables-wise, want to eat more steamed vegetables. If you tend to eat out a lot, you should really make sure that when you make your order, that you tell them don't put any liquid margarine or something to make it better. I just want steamed vegetables, cut on the fat. Some places you almost have to say that you're allergic to fat in order for them to understand that you truly don't want fat in your diet, in your meal. Other things can be pasta. People think that they should never eat pasta because it's so fattening. However, the pasta itself is not fattening as much as the sauce that you put on top. The meat sauce is a no-no. Any cheese or dairy on your pasta is a no-no. Pizza, it's okay if you don't put the cheese on the pizza or very light on the cheese. You want to cut as much on the fat as you can. If you do and can and must have pasta, make sure that the sauce is red sauce, nothing creamy. And so if you put red sauce with some vegetables, that can be all great using the PAM so it doesn't burn. And you're able to, the PAM spray, and you're able to make a nice sauce and even add some garlic, maybe some cheese at the end, but you have fat-free shredded cheese. That is okay to use. If you like to eat eggs, don't eat regular eggs. You have to eat egg whites or egg bitters. Take the fat out of the eggs. When it comes to baked potato, you can have baked potato. It's filling, it's good, it's satisfying, but you can't have the butter and the sour cream and the bacon on top. Way too much fat. In fact, it's enough fat for the entire week. You don't want to eat anything fried. So when we talk about even chicken, turkey, and fish cannot be fried. That's absolutely a no-no. Dairy, like we said before, if you eat out a lot, you don't want to eat any dairy because they'll never give you cheese in a restaurant that is fat-free. It doesn't taste very good. They want you to come back, so they won't give it to you. So if you're outside your home, don't eat any dairy. It's never fat-free. But at home, you can have fat-free cheese, fat-free milk, and other things that are dairy, but fat-free. When it comes to many people perceive salad to be healthy, which is true, but the dressing is many times not healthy at all. You don't want to have ranch or Thousand Islands or blue cheese. That's absolutely not healthy. But you should have. You can have a little bit of olive oil with balsamic vinaigrette. That's okay. Or fat-free ranch, fat-free Thousand Island. But it has to be fat-free. There's a lot of fat in those dressings. Also, once again, no cheese on top. And so you would not want to get cheese if you're outside in a restaurant. Don't put cheese on top. If you're at home, you can add some shredded cheese that is fat-free. Many of you probably have been on a diet or not on a diet, but like to eat nuts like almonds, which are very healthy. However, they have a lot of fat. And if you're trying to cut on the fat and lose weight, they're not the right thing for you to eat. And we're talking not about a diet that you, over the next year, you're going to lose and get to your goal weight. We're talking about quick weight loss, having an operation, and then eat in moderation. If you like to go out and eat Chinese, it's okay to eat Chinese, like stir fry. However, you have to give them very specific instructions. If you want stir-fried chicken with vegetables, because you can't have the beef, you're going to ask them to use minimal amount of oil, just so it doesn't burn. And then when you have the sticky rice or the white rice, you want to not put the rice into the Chinese dish, but get the chicken and the vegetables, pick them up, and put them on the rice. This way you avoid most of the fat that is within the stir-fry dish. Oh, peanut butter. Peanut butter is an absolute no-no. No peanut butter. Peanut butter, it's some people would say is healthy, but it has a lot of fat in it. And so you want to avoid the fat so you can lose the weight. It is healthy once you eat in moderation after you lost the weight and just maintaining it. But as of right now, to lose the weight, you want to avoid peanut butter. When it comes to creamy sauce, if it's on a pasta or in a soup, creamy sauce in general is just shouting fat. So don't eat any soup that is creamy or any sauce like Alfredo sauce on a pasta, very fattening. It's a no-no. In our American culture, many of us eat sandwiches for lunch, and we think, wow, we're eating healthy. Well, you could eat healthy and a healthy sandwich, but don't add all the items that are really add a lot of fat, more fat than anything else. For instance, mayo. Mayo is very fattening. It's what makes a healthy sandwich into a really bad sandwich. And so what you would want to do is you can put some mustard, you can put ketchup, you can put many different sauces that you like, but just make sure and ask, are they fat-free? Put a turkey, you can have a low-fat ham, you can have, that is a deli meat, you can have a very low-fat, some cheese, and then some vegetables, lettuce, tomatoes, and such. But make sure that you don't put any of those spreads that are full of fat, like the mayonnaise. Once again, when you come to our office, you will get a copy of this diet. And in this diet, you will have just samples of the kind of items you can eat and those that you should avoid. In addition to having this diet and really following it in detail, you will be asked to exercise. And when it comes to exercise, we will show you some of the people that you're going to meet in our practice. We'll show you some of the exercises you should undertake in order to help you lose the weight.
Hi, my name is Ken, and this is Ty. We're clinical researchers here at Florida Hospital Tampa. And what we're going to do is we're going to show you some exercises that's going to help supplement your diet to help you reach your weight loss goals. What we have here is Ty is on a treadmill. Treadmill walking is an excellent exercise, cardiovascular exercise that is going to help you burn calories. As you can see, Ty is just walking just casually. He can have a conversation if he like. Now, to intensify this and to help you burn more calories, what you do is you can grab the weight. And what we like to do here is you can hold the weight and keep it at 90-degree angle, and you would pump your arms as if you were walking, okay, for about a minute on, and then you can set the weight back down and rest for 2 minutes. You can do this as you feel. If you want to intensify your workout, you can hold it on for a little bit longer. We recommend walking from 15 to 30 minutes, and that's going to be an excellent cardiovascular exercise to help you burn more calories. Hi guys, this is Ken, and this is Ty here, and what we're going to do is we're going to demonstrate some core exercises that, again, will help you in reaching your weight loss goal. Okay, as you can see, these are called single leg alternating knee raises. Okay, Ty here has his back flat on the ground, his head is up. Okay, what that does is that causes your abdomen area to contract, and you want to keep that state of contraction, and that's going to help you continue to burn more fat. And what he's doing here, one leg at a time, he is keeping the leg that's resting flat, and he is raising his knee up and then bringing it back out. And you're just going to alternate that. What that does is that focuses on your core, and that's going to help you target this area in particular. This next exercise is called the double leg knee raise. Okay, what you want to do is your start position, you're going to start with both legs bent, with your knees slightly bent, both legs flat on the ground. Again, you're going to want to contract. You want your shoulder blades slightly off the ground. You want to contract your abdomen so it's nice and tight with your head off. If you have difficulty keeping your head off the ground, you can relax your head down. And your arms are placed at your side with your palms facing down to help support. And what you're going to do, simply just bring your knees up and back down. Up and back down. On your way down, you want to control it up and back down. That control is going to help you burn and target more of this area right here in the lower abdomen. This next exercise is known as the 6 inches. And what you want to do here is you are going to just lift your leg about 6 inches off of the ground or mat. Okay, the goal here is to target, again, your abdomen area and your core area. Right here, as you can see, Ty has his back flat on the ground, his abdomen is contracted and tight, and his quadriceps are locked. Okay, now if you want to advance this exercise, you can feel free to bring your legs together and do what they call a scissor kick. This will intensify the workout, again, targeting your core. You can also bring your hands behind your head if you want to advance it quite more. Now, if you want to modify this, because this may be a little bit advanced, what you can do is you can slide your hands under your tailbones like so. And what that does is that provides you support, and just hold it in a constant contraction phase right here, and you can hold these for 30 seconds to a minute at a time. This next exercise is known as the heel touch. What you want to do is you want to keep your abdomen, again, in a contracted state, slightly lifting, elevating your shoulder blades. And what you are going to do is alternate touching your heels, just like so. This is known as the heel touch, and what it focuses on are your obliques. This next exercise is known as a roll-up. The roll-up is going to target your core. Your core is your most important muscle group because it's used in all daily activities. In this exercise, you're simply just going to keep your feet flat, your legs flat, and you're going to roll up, touch the bottom of your thighs to your knees, and then roll back down. You're going to roll forward and roll back down. Now, as you're rolling up, you just want to come up to a point where you're slightly lifting your shoulder blades off the ground and then coming back down.
How you guys doing? It's Ty. I'd like to show you a crunch, a proper crunch, to make sure your legs are properly planted on the ground, your legs are bent, your back is laid flat on the ground, your hands can be on your head. They could also be across your chest. What you want to do is you want to make sure it's a fluid movement, and more or less you're not straining, and more or less you're not jerking your body. You want to make sure it's a nice, smooth movement. And you want to make sure that if you feel like you're hurting yourself, you may want to take a rest. But if it's becoming difficult, you may want to put your hands around your legs and give yourself a little bit of assistance. As you can see here, his core muscles are contracting. And this is a little bit more advanced. If you cannot do this, it's okay. You can make it a little bit difficult by also reaching up to the sky. There you go. As you can see here, his neck is properly looking upwards, and it's not jerking forward. You want to make sure that you're looking up at the sky if you're going upwards. This next exercise focuses on your lower back and your abdominal muscles. It also works your shoulders as well. He is positioned in an all-four stance. His hands are on the ground, his legs are on the ground. What he will be doing is lifting his right arm and opposite leg. These are called opposite leg arm raises. At the top, you're going to engage your abdominal muscles in your lower back. You're going to keep your gluteus maximus tight, and you're going to straighten your legs while looking forward. You want to keep your chest up, and you want to make sure that you take a quick pause at the very top. You can go ahead. As you can see, his left arm is extended and his right leg is extended. You're going to switch every single time, and you want to make sure that you keep your core tight, and you want to keep it in a fluid movement. This
next exercise is the plank. Okay, now what the plank is a very excellent exercise to engage your core. As you can see here, Ty is on his elbows and toes. Throughout this whole exercise, his core is engaged. He has his head up, his neck's relaxed, and he is probably going to stay in this position. We recommend you stay in this position for about 30 seconds. And as you progress and as you feel that you are getting stronger, you can go from 30 seconds to a minute. Now, to modify this exercise, you can come down to your knees. You want to stay on your elbow. The main concept here is to keep your core engaged. And as you can see, Ty here is on his knees, and that makes it a little bit easier for him. This next exercise is known as the side plank. It's a different variation of the normal plank, but what it's focusing on here are your obliques. Your obliques, also known as your love handles. Same concept here. You're going to want to keep your abdomen engaged. You know, he's on his, you can see Ty's on his elbow and also on his ankle or leg. You just want to stay here. We recommend 30 seconds, and as you progress, you may want to go from 30 seconds to a minute. Our last exercise that target the core are known as oblique extensions. Now, oblique extensions, as the name implies, are going to target your obliques. Now, what Ty has here is a weight, and this is going to provide the resistance you need that is going to help it contract and engage your obliques. Now, if you don't have weights at home, you can use any household item. You can use cans, you can use jugs of water, you can use laundry detergent. This is a very simple and a very easy exercise that is very effective in targeting your core and strengthening your core and helping you reach your weight loss goals. Now remember, in undertaking these exercises, start slow and use moderation. If you feel any pain at all, you should stop.
These exercises, along with our recommended diet, will help you reach your fitness and weight loss goals.
This video is one example of a diet program and exercise. There are many different programs out there. Just pick one and stick to it. Losing weight, it's all about determination and commitment.
So let's just go over a few important key points. What foods should be eliminated from the diet?
That's an excellent question. We discussed before we showed the exercise portion, that there are many foods we should eliminate. But what we didn't mention is what most doctors will say, well, eat some of the food that has healthy fat, like an avocado or nuts. Those are no-no, because this kind of diet is a diet that is very strict prior to surgery. You want to lose as much weight as you can prior to having an operation. Then you can change it with eating in moderation, eating a little bit of a healthier fat. So avocado and nuts is a no-no.
So even the healthy fats that are actually recommended should be eliminated from this diet. Now, what about sodas and beverages to drink?
Definitely not regular sodas, but you need to minimize your diet sodas. But I would recommend water or flavored water.
Absolutely. Flavored water is a great substitute for just if you have a kind of bit of a sweet tooth and you'd like to drink something a little bit more sweet than water. Flavored water works. And also, green tea has been recommended. Green tea is known to be an incredible metabolism booster. So.
Absolutely. And for instance, many people think that they should not have bread. Well, bread is not, normal bread. I'm not talking bread that is mixed with cheese and all that, but just white bread or whole wheat bread. There's not a lot of fat in it. However, you should not put a spread of butter or mayo or anything. That's what makes the bread very fattening. So eating a slice or two would be okay.
So eating the bread is fine. It's just the spread that you put on it that we should stay away. Now, what about snacks?
Snacks can be fruits, but what we wouldn't recommend is fruits including grapes, pineapples. They're very high on sugar. So you can have some fruits, but just avoid those that are very particularly high on sugar. Also, fat-free pretzels. Anything that is fat-free or low-fat. You don't want anything that is greater than like 1.5 grams of total fat per serving. So you want to minimize that. Greek yogurt. There's the Greek yogurt that is like 100 calories but total fat of 0. That will be very nice. High in protein and very low in fat. Baked chips or fat-free pretzels will be great.
So when it comes to snacks, checking the nutritional value on the back is very, very important. You want to look at how much percentage of fat and how many grams of fat that you're taking. Now, what about energy bars? Should they be used as meal replacements or supplements? What about the energy bars?
Absolutely. That's a great question, because most people use this energy bar as in between meals or just before they go to work. That's a whole meal. if you're interested in losing a lot of weight, energy bar is a meal. And so don't eat it just in between meals, but eat it instead of a meal.
Absolutely, great point here. So the energy bars should not be a supplement to your diet. It is a complete meal replacement. Instead of having your dinner and an energy bar, just have the energy bar for the dinner.
Right.
Okay. Now here's one of the most important questions that everyone's going to be wanting to know about: the alcohol.
Alcohol has a lot of calories. So you can have a glass or two of wine or some liquor, which is really loaded with sugar. You can have that. However, if you have that, you can have that and some fruits and some other elements in your diet that have a lot of sugar. So if you're thinking you're going to have a little bit of a glass or two of alcohol, you should eliminate either things that contain a lot of sugar.
That's good. Now, what about the coffee drinkers? Now, I like my coffee, but the things that go in the coffee.
So that's a whole issue. For me, coffee, I can't live without coffee. It's at least 10 cups a day, which is not, I wouldn't recommend, but I wouldn't compromise with my coffee. So if you could eliminate the cream or use fat-free cream, which has more calories. So you can't do fat-free, sugar-free. If you find it, use it. But it's very difficult to find. So use the fat-free milk if you drink 10 cups. But if you're drinking 1 or 2, you should be able to get some cream and nice, tasty coffee.
Fine. So the alcohol in moderation.
That's right.
And because they're very high in calories. And when it comes to coffee, you pay very particular attention to the creamers that we're adding.
That's right.
Okay, that's good.
So in general, following the diet we discussed in the beginning of this video, it's very low in fat. And if your body is used to a high amount of fat, by reducing or eliminating the fat, you will start to experience more constipation. That's why it's very important. It's very important to increase the fiber consumption as you put yourself on this diet. So fiber becomes essential.
So what are some examples of high fiber foods that can be intake during this period in this diet?
The first thing I would recommend is flaxseed. You add it, it's a powder, you can add it to your cereal or add it to oatmeal or anything that you normally would eat. It just adds a high amount of fiber. But also if you like to eat cereal, Fiber One cereal has a high content of fiber, or Kashi cereal has also a high fiber content. But you need to make sure is look at the total fat. The total fat per serving cannot and should not be more than 1.5 grams, and many of those same fibers, same cereals that I mentioned, may have that. They increase in the fat to make it more tasty, but you really want to eliminate the fat while you're increasing the fiber. So
some delicious high fiber foods that you can think of for dinner, like your sweet potatoes, your oatmeals in the morning, your yams, your oatmeal pies, your rice cakes. These are some foods that you can eat to supplement that increased fiber because the decrease in fat that you're having.
So when it comes to exercise now, let's talk a little bit of exercise.
Okay.
Exercise is important. And what you saw here is that you need to focus your exercise to the core body.
Absolutely. Now, you've noticed a lot of the exercises that we've shown focused on the abdomen. And so you may ask, well, what about the arms? What about the bicep curls? What about the tricep pull downs? What about the shoulders? Those are great. But for this is very, very particular. Your procedure most likely is going to focus on your abdomen. So some of the exercises that we've recommended focus on your core and your abdomen. We are very targeted in the area that we want to improve and get stronger. So you'll notice a lot of the exercises are focused to the abdomen. And you got to remember here, the goal here is to burn more calories than you intake. So the complement that you see between the exercise and the diet serves well for your cause and for your purpose.
And also to convert more fat into muscle, which burns quicker to burn the calories. And so what I really like in that exercise regimen is you can do it anywhere. You don't have to say, well, I'm not a member in a gym and I don't have a personal trainer.
Absolutely.
But you can do it alone and you can do it at home. So no excuses. When you get up, you can start to exercise in the morning, then start to exercise before you go to sleep.
That's right.
And you'll feel a lot better about yourself. So
remember here, the goal here is just like a fighter who trains before a fight. We want to get you in the tip-top shape for this event, for your procedure. This is great lifestyle changes that are very, very important to get you in the best shape possible for this marathon. You see marathon runners, you see boxers, they got a 12-round bout, they got 26 miles to run, so they train to get in that tip-top shape for that one event. So it's very, very important that you take this very, very serious, that you commit to it, and that you're very consistent with it.
More than 90% of our patients coming to our practice are having to be placed on some sort of a diet program. This is not just for one group of patients or one group of people. Unfortunately, in America, we have obesity is a problem. All the foods that we see on commercials and TV, I mean, it's all very fat, very high on fat. And anything that we see, if it's hamburgers, even with my kids, you see in the commercials, they want fatty food because that's what they see. We need to change the way we think, not just for you, but for the generations to come. And one way to do it is eat healthy.
Absolutely. So we want to encourage you. This is a time to get excited for your new lifestyle change, and a time to be very, very encouraged. And
you will be coming to our office every 2 months if you're setting this program to check on your weight loss and try to help you to go while we're going over the different steps that you may or may not followed, what was done right, what can be improved, until we get you to the goal weight and can offer you a good operation with really long-lasting outcomes, good outcomes.
We wish you much success in obtaining your goals.
You take care, and I'll see you in clinic. So just remember the 5 things that you can't have. There are many other things you can't have. But the 5 things that you mostly cannot have in order to lose the weight prior to surgery: no cookies, no cakes, no ice cream, no chocolate, no red meat, no hamburgers, no hot dogs, no steak, no any pig products, no ham, no ribs, no, I don't know what else, bacon, none of that, unless it's turkey bacon. But have only the healthy stuff we mentioned. If it has fat on it or if it tastes too good, can't have it. Can't have it. If it tastes too good, it's a rule. Don't have it. And even if somebody tells you, no, I didn't add any fat, didn't add any butter or oils or cheese, if it tastes too good, don't eat it. Good luck.